You're watching CNC3.
Good afternoon and welcome to the Midday News here on CNC3 and the TBC Radio Network. I am Bhavita Gopalchan. Thank you so much for joining us. Top of the news at this time, Rural Development and Local Government Minister Khadija Amin is accusing the People's National Movement of seeking to defend alleged corruption and criminality that the government is trying to root out of the unemployment relief program. On Wednesday, the government issued 400 termination letters to monthly paid URP employees, leaving 700 workers on its payroll. Defending the move, Amin said the initial audit reports from the URP indicates a proliferation of ghost gangs and employees with criminal elements controlling gangs.
I know that there will be a criminal element who will be losing thousands of dollars, who will be against us stopping this program, and it's a shame that the PNM is defending the criminals receiving this taxpayers' money because they facilitated it while they were in government. So we are taking the hard decision. I firmly support the Prime Minister's stance that we must cut out corruption, and investigations are continuing.
On Thursday, San Fernando East MP Brian Manning announced that lawyers would take the government to court over what he described as the unjust dismissal of the 400 workers. In response, Minister Amin said the PNM is supporting corruption. She added that the money saved from government's action will be used to create more sustainable jobs.
In cutting out the corruption, we will save money that will be channeled towards more people getting employment at different levels to do meaningful work, and it will be more sustainable jobs rather than one fortnight on and then you don't know when you're going to work and criminals taxing you and so on.
However, the government has not yet explicitly stated when these new jobs will become available or what they will entail. Now to this, more details have emerged into the shooting death of Municipal Police Officer Jamal Charles, who was shot to death yesterday. Police are now confirming his colleagues had been playing with their firearms when the incident occurred. Charles was on guard duty in the security booth at the Ministry of Rural Development and Local Government office at Kent House around 3:15 p.m. on Wednesday. According to the official police report, two of his fellow officers had been pointing their weapons at Charles' coat as a plaything when one of them went off, hitting him in the face. One of the officers, who was on duty at the time, was taken to hospital after going into shock following the shooting. Guardian Media stands, Charles graduated from the police academy in March of this year. Tobago's biggest carnival bands and promoters stayed away from Wednesday's official launch of the island's October Carnival at Comfort Inn and Suites. The top three bands, Jade Monkey Mass, Fog Angels and Iconic Mass, which together attract over 10,000 masqueraders, did not show up. Also absent were Tobago October Carnival Band Leaders Association President Dexter Sandy and Tobago Promoters Association President Kevin McKenna. Some band leaders told CNC3 News they felt disrespected by this organization and decided to quietly stay away. Well, Tourism Secretary Toshio Boris said the THA has invested $33 million to sustain the festival since its inception.
This year, we reaffirm our commitment with continued support because we believe in the power of this festival to transform Tobago's economy and cultural landscape.
Boris said the budget for the October Carnival this year is estimated at approximately $12 million, an increase from last year's $8.5 million budget. The Tobago Carnival 2025 will be held from October 24th to the 26th. Well, residents, business owners and bar workers joined forces in Maraval this morning to pull a refrigerator from an underground drain at Valor Street and Saddle Road. The fridge, along with other debris, had been blocking the water flow, and workers from the Digomartin Borough Corporation began dredging the drain in a bid to ease future flooding. On Tuesday, just half an hour of rainfall left Leslie Plaza, nearby homes, and Bozier RC Primary School underwater, forcing the early dismissal dismissal of classes and affecting 5 businesses. Stakeholders say flooding in the area is a long-standing problem that has worsened in recent years. Parents at Boise RC, where flooding has plagued the school for more than 7 years, are demanding urgent action, warning that students' health and exam preparation are at risk. The local representative said a proposal is being prepared for Cabinet to secure funds in the upcoming budget, but residents argue that immediate relief is needed. Meanwhile, Shagwana's Mayor Faik Mohammed is expressing concern over the Carney 1975 housing lots, which have been abandoned for many years. The site, which links the connector road to the Carney Savannah Road, has become a lifeline for hundreds of drivers each day seeking to escape the gridlock in Charleville. But alongside the constant stream of vehicles, heaps of discarded waste have become a familiar and unwelcomed sight. Mayor Mohammed said the Chaguanas Borough Corporation has been cleaning the area, but it continues to be used as a waste site.
For the past 10 years, the lands intended for former Carney workers have been left abandoned, creating opportunities for illegal dumping. At the Chaguanas Borough Corporation, we continue to clean these illegal dump sites, but unfortunately, as soon as they are cleared, persons return and dump again.
The mayor says that government will distribute the land. However, he could not say exactly when. He added that this will bring an end to the illegal dumping on these sites.
These lands will be distributed by the government in due course. While I cannot give a specific date, it is already on the agenda. And once allocated, the lands will no longer remain abandoned. This will also bring an end to illegal dumping on these sites.
In the meantime, residents can expect strict enforcement. Mohammed disclosed that litter wardens will be stationed in the area. He warned that those found engaging in this disgraceful act will face the full penalty of the law. A 40-year-old St. Joseph man is the latest person to be lured into a robbery by bandits. Police said the man drove to a Weeks Trace, San Juan, on Thursday morning to meet someone he met on Facebook Marketplace who claimed to have a PlayStation 5 gaming console for sale. On arrival, the man was confronted by 2 bandits who stole his cell phone and $3,000 in cash before escaping along the street. San Juan police were called in and are urging the public to avoid meeting strangers in unfamiliar areas for financial transactions. Let's take a short break. Sport news when we come back.
Every day at the castle, long before we open our doors, our work begins. Our famous seasonings are mixed in advance. We select our fresh chicken parts and prep our delicious sides. Then we fire up the fryers and rotisserie oven. Everything is made with tasty local herbs, spices, and the same long-loved recipe since 1968. So, when you come in, remember that we uphold our culture and our taste. Just for you. We are your Royal Castle.
Millions of people are attacked by harmful mouth bacteria. The root cause of bad breath, gum problems, cavities, plaque, and tartar. That's why Colgate combined the best science and technology in Colgate Total. Unlike others, its superior formula fights bacteria and creates a powerful protective barrier for up to 24 hours to prevent them from coming back. Take control of your oral health with Colgate Total.
Welcome back in sport. The St. Kitts and Nevis Patriots defeated the Barbados Royals by 1 run at Kensington Oval in Bridgetown last evening to stay alive in this edition of the Caribbean Premier League. The Patriots were sent in to bat first and posted 150 for 7 from their 20 overs. Jason Holder scored 53 not out and Mohamed Rizwan scored 39. Navin Bidesi scored 30. Eaton Bush was the Royals' best bowler with 3 for 26. In reply, the Royals reached 149 for 6 in 20 overs. Van der Dussen scored 37, while Brandon King scored 32. Holder took 2 for 32. Navin Bidesi took 2 for 24. And Walker Salamkeel took 2 for 27. The Patriots now move to 8 points, level with the Ghana Amazon Warriors, who are also on 8, but with a better run rate.
Yeah, a little bittersweet, man. Tough that we're in this position. I know we have to sit until the last game against Ghana. Well, next game against Ghana first, and then the last, if anything. But yeah, I mean, it's been an up and down campaign, and I just think credit must be given to the boys the way we fought today, the character in which we showed. Yeah, it was just our own team effort. You know, we probably didn't make enough runs, but it ended up being enough runs in the end. So credit to the bowlers. I thought they did a hell of a job.
Sri Lanka under 19 cricketers up to a short while ago, 169 for 2 batting first against West Indies under 19. They are playing the 6th youth ODI match at North Sound in Antigua. Viran Chamudita was on 78 not out, and Kavina Gamagi was on 9. West Indies under 19s are leading the series 3-2. That's it for sport. It's back to a break.
Kickstart your career in IT with the BSc Information Technology from the University of Bedfordshire, delivered at CTS College. The BSc Information Technology equips students for the latest jobs in the IT field. Benefit from online learning environment, dedicated program manager, WhatsApp groups with students and lecturers, shared drive with lecture notes, recordings, assignments, and more. Tutorial support for assignments. Email CTS College on study@ctscollege.com.
You can tell from the crowd who's up next. It's Trinray's star player, whose world-class stats put him in a league of his own. Trinray's risen to become a true force to be reckoned with. With an unbeaten Carry A rating, they boast a strong solvency and A-class service. Ladies and gentlemen, you're witnessing Trinray's financial and technical strength at its best.
Trinray, premier insurance coverage for less.
Millions of people are attacked by harmful mouth bacteria. The root cause of bad breath, gum problems, cavities, plaque, and tartar. That's why Colgate combined the best science and technology in Colgate Total. Unlike others, its superior formula fights bacteria and creates a powerful protective barrier for up to 24 hours to prevent them from coming back. Take control of your oral health with Colgate Total.
A suspect is now in custody following the killing of American conservative activist Charlie Kirk. Officials say 22-year-old Tyler Robinson of Utah confessed to a close relative that he was responsible for Kirk's assassination, which led them to alert authorities. Robinson was then arrested on Thursday night. Investigators say Robinson had become increasingly political in recent years. Evidence gathered at the crime scene included bullet casings carrying disturbing inscriptions.
Investigators noted inscriptions that had been engraved on casings found with the rifle. Inscriptions on a fired casing read, "Notices, bulges, capital O-W-O, what's this, question mark." Inscriptions on the 3 unfired casings read, "Hey fascist, exclamation point, catch, exclamation point." Up arrow symbol, right arrow and symbol, and 3 down arrow symbols. A second unfired casing read, "Oh Bella Chow, Bella Chow, Bella Chow, Chow Chow," and a third unfired casing read, "If you read this, you are gay, LMAO."
Investigators say Robinson posted disturbing messages before the killing, which matched evidence at the scene.
The content of these messages included messages affiliated with the contact Tyler, stating a need to retrieve a rifle from a drop point, leaving the rifle in a bush, messages related to visually watching the area where a rifle was left, and a message referring to having left the rifle wrapped in a towel. The messages also refer to engraving bullets and a mention of a scope and the rifle being unique.
Robinson remains in custody as authorities continue to piece together motive. More details, including formal charges, are expected in the coming days. Now, Now for a look at the weather forecast, the Met Office has issued a yellow level adverse weather alert, which came into effect at 11 a.m. There is a medium chance of thunderstorm activity over Trinidad with excessive rainfall, gusty winds, and lightning discharges. Possible impacts include flash flooding, landslips, and landslides in areas so prone. The Met Office has advised the public to be aware of changing weather conditions and not to drive through floodwaters. The alert is expected to end at 6 p.m. today. Well, thank you so much for joining us for a look at the day's developments so far. We'll have these stories and so much more coming up for you in a major newscast at 7 p.m. today. Until then, have a great day.